Durand.
Real country.
The following is a presentation of WRDN Sports. Welcome to the Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com. Now, with today's Panther Preview, here is Brian Winnekins.
From Durand-Arkansaw High School tonight to boys high school basketball as the Panthers take on Mondovi in a Durand-St. Croix matchup. This is the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. For the Panthers, they are 10-1 in the conference, 17-4 overall after their 58-52 loss to Cochrane-Fountain City. Mondovi, 1-10 in the conference, 2-18 overall after their 53-30 loss to Spring Valley. The last time these two teams met, Panthers won it 57-40. Ethan Hurlbert is the leading scorer and rebounder for the Panthers, averaging about 16 points a game and 8 rebounds a game. Austin Remington is the leading scorer and rebounder. He's averaging about 10 points a game and 7 rebounds a game. Coming up on the Advent Health Panther Preview, we'll talk with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Justin Radetsky about the loss to Cochrane-Fountain City and tonight's game against Mondovi. On the way, we'll tell you who won where and who's playing where on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. That's next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand-Arkansaw boys basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. Yes. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com as we get ready for tonight's Durand-Arkansaw Mondovi boys basketball game. Let's run down scores on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market's your hometown grocery store. Last night in girls hoops, Durand-Arkansaw defeated Arcadia 65-32. Elk Mound over Glenwood City 90-31. Blair Taylor defeats Elmwood Plum City 77-43. Lake City over Chatfield 56-44. Alma Pepin, they went over Boyceville 58-36. Boys basketball last night, Lake City defeated La Crescent Hoka 92-52. Osceola, or New Richmond rather, defeated Osceola 70-45. On the schedule tonight on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard in boys hoops in the Dairyland Conference, Alma Center Lincoln at Cochrane-Fountain City, Eau Claire Emmanuel Lutheran at Blair Taylor. In the Durand-St. Croix, Elk Mound is at Spring Valley, Glenwood City at Boyceville. Again, the Durand-Arkansaw Mondovi game, Plum City Elmwood is at Colfax. Middle Border Conference boys hoops tonight, Rice Lake at Osceola. Altoona plays at Medford. Girls basketball tonight in the Dairyland Conference, Melrose Mindoro at Cochrane-Fountain City, Augusta at Independence Gilmanton. In the Durand-St. Croix, Cumberland is at Spring Valley. And in the Middle Border tonight in girls hoops, Amory at Altoona, Prescott hosting Ellsworth, Baldwin Woodville is at St. Croix Central. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard on the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. Coming up on the Advent Health Panther Preview, we're going to talk with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Justin Radetsky about the game against Cochrane-Fountain City and tonight's game against Mondovi. That's next on the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. It's time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. It's Durand-Arkansaw boys basketball on WRDN.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. Yes. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
Welcome back to the Advent Health Panther Preview, brought to you by Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. So we get ready for tonight's Durand-Arkansaw Mondovi boys basketball game. Joining us right now, Durand-Arkansaw head coach Justin Radetsky. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Cochran Fountain City game. They played a pretty good game. They played a pretty tough game, and that defense they did was kind of weird.
Yeah, they're a good team, and they showed that against us. They showed what they're capable of doing. They knocked down some big shots when we were trying to make a little run at them. They played that matchup 2-3. I'm kind of glad that they ran that against us. I think it was good practice for us, and to get farther down the line here and into the playoffs, if we see that we've gone against it, and they do it very well. They've done it all year, so they really anticipate well, and they communicate through it well. When we overloaded a few times, a guy on the far side on a traditional 2-3 would be staying there. He's running all the way with them and overloading it. So I thought the guys, we did some stuff second half. We got looks. We didn't knock a few down here and there where their guys hit some shots to keep their lead, and it just didn't work out for us. But I thought the guys played all right, and this time of year, we were playing well enough to win the game. We just didn't, convert sometimes when we could have, and that'll happen. And I thought the guys fought hard. It hurt when Parker went down with that ankle injury, and hopefully he'll be back later this week. We're hoping for, but the other guys are gonna have to step up in his absence. But the guys want to and are chomping at the bit to get after it.
Because of that defense, what were some of the things that the boys learned after seeing that? Because obviously you talk about the game afterwards, you're doing film. What were some of the things they learned from having to go against that type of defense? Yeah,
just, slipping into open areas more. They're going to just try and match up with who's ever there. Well, we got to keep moving a little bit, and our post to go high post, go low post, and then the guards to kind of counter that. If he's high, we can cut and flash low. If he's low, we're flashing high, and really just not walking up into the defense that's there, back cutting a lot of it. As you come up and they anticipate to take you away, just slip underneath it. And then it's more our guys finding those guys, and I think we look for that a lot. So it was kind of good to see, some of the movement we were getting in the second half. But like I said, we really just didn't capitalize when I thought we could have capitalized.
Talking with Durand-Arkansaw head coach Justin Radetsky tonight, taking on Mondovi first time around. We defeated the Buffaloes. Buffaloes are going through some changes this year, so it's been a little bit of a struggle for them.
Yeah, but they played us tough the first time we played at their place. You're going to see in our rivalry kind of game here, they're going to give it everything they got. So our guys got to be ready and be prepared for that. If they, we want to get this game up into our tempo, our pace. If they are able to slow it down against us, it can be a dogfight. So hopefully we're able to get them a little bit more out of control this year or this time around than we did the first time. A lot of foul trouble, a lot of both team fouls, and kind of a yucky game that way. The first time we played them, there was just no flow for either team, no game flow, and hopefully this time around we get a little bit more, excitement to watch as fans, and for us to just get up into some game flow would be nice. So we're looking to put some pressure on them and see if they can handle it, and hopefully allow that game to get up and down for us and see what happens.
Well, it'll be a good game tonight, Coach. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thanks.
Durand-Arkansaw head coach Justin Radetsky on the way. Starting lineups and tip-off, it's Durand-Arkansaw and Mondovi in boys high school basketball coming up next on Real Country 1430 AM stereo, WRDN, Durand, Mondovi, Wabasha, and 107.3 FM translator W297CH Durand.
What does it mean to feel whole? For some, it's omega-3s, high fives, or shuffleboard. It's kale, kiwi, kumquats, all together. Whatever helps you feel whole, Advent Health is here to support it. We're here to heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with world-class medical expertise and compassionate whole-person care. So go for it. Get back on your feet. Overcome the odds. Live your best life and feel whole with Advent Health. To learn more, visit adventhealth.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
And the wait is over. The green flag is in the air.
Returns to the World Center of Racing.
Joey, look out. Oh, they're in the wall. A.J. Allmendinger is in the fence. The entire pack blows up.
For the 66th running of the Great American Race.
We're hearing that it is official. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won the Daytona 500.
It's the Daytona 500.
Coverage begins Sunday at 12:30 here on WRDN.
And welcome back to Durand-Arkansaw High School as we are moments away from tonight's Durand-Arkansaw Mondovi boys basketball game. Once again, good evening. I'm Brian Winnikins, and a special welcome to the men and women serving in the military listening to our broadcast this evening on our streaming audio service. We'd like to say thank you for your service, and we hope tonight's broadcast brings you a taste of home wherever you may be serving. And our streaming audio being brought to you by Prime Realty of Durand, the area's #1 home seller. Visit their website at primerealtymidwest.com. Also, our streaming audio brought to you by Adams Super Service, your Napa Gold Certified Car Care Center in Durand. Welcome to those of you watching our broadcast as well on our video service, our streaming video service being brought to you by the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. And also, welcome to those of you watching on NTech Channel 99 and the Durand-Arkansaw School District's YouTube channel. Throughout the night, we will be thanking our high school sports sponsors. These are the businesses and organizations bringing you tonight's game. Without their support, we would not be here. So please thank all of our businesses. Can't stress that enough. Please visit their business, drop them an email or give them a call and tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. We have the presentation of our colors here coming up along with our national anthem.
Proudly performs our national anthem. Presenting our nation's colors is the Silver Saber Color Guard.
And the Durand Marching Band with tonight's national anthem. We are just moments away from tonight's game as the color guard marches off. And thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, serving the Durand area for 5 generations. And find out about pre-planning services online at goodrichfh.com. Alcivia Co-op, your certified Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster distributor, is Alcivia Co-op, SFB Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. 212 West Prospect Street, Durand, and Advent Health of Durand. Time to feel whole with Advent Health. Visit their website at adventhealth.com. All right, for the Mondovi Buffaloes. They are 1-10 in the Dunn St. Croix, 2-18 overall. Coming out as senior number 2, Jake Lindsay. Number 13, senior Landon Clark. Number 15, senior Austin Remington. Number 20, senior Bryce Bollinger. And number 42, junior Caden Deedon. Buffaloes are in their blue uniforms with the white numerals, and will be going from left to right here in this first half. Those of you watching our broadcast, you may notice we do not have the score on the bottom. We lost the data connection between us and the scoreboard. We hope to have it back for the next game. Okay, for the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers, 10-1, and the Dun St. Croix 17-4 overall. Coming out number 11, sophomore Billy Weisenbeck. Number 12, freshman Luke Weber. Number 22, senior Grady Hayden. Number 24, senior Ethan Hurlbert. And number 25, junior Dane Bates. The Panthers in their white uniforms with the purple numerals. They will be going from right to left here in this first half. And nice crowd here at Durand-Arkansaw High School tonight. And hopefully yours truly, the voice will hold out. Lost the voice yesterday. I have the February crud. And so that's why we weren't able to do the Arcadia game last night. There would have been no way I would have made it through that game. But I think we'll get it through tonight's game. Knock on wood, right? All right, so we are ready to go. Dane Bates will be at center, and he'll be facing Austin Remington for the tip. Everybody's ready, and it's going to be controlled by the Panthers. Back to Hurlbert. We are underway. And Hurlbert across the timeline now for the Panthers. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left wing to Bates, top of the key. Inside to Hayden. Hayden has to kick it back out to Weber. Weber on the right wing. Now to Hurlbert, top of the key. Back to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck now to Bates on the left corner. To Hayden. Hayden scores up. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. And loose ball. Tip. Kicked out of. Oh, they're going to say it was off of Weber's foot. And it'll go to the Buffaloes. Full court Panther press now, inbounded to Remington. Remington here on the near side. Here comes the trap. Cross court pass now to Clark. And Clark will come across the timeline now for the Buffaloes. Onto the wing now to Deedon. Deedon now throws it to the Panther bench. And so it will go to the Panthers and Hurlbert to inbound it. Nope, check that. Weber to inbound it to Hurlbert. All right, and he'll bring it up court. No score, just underway. Across the timeline now to Weber. Weber on the right wing now to Hayden. Hayden top of the key, inside to Bates. Bates grabs it up and in. Nice pass to Bates. He was the only one who could get to it. And an easy up and in for Bates. Over to Clark now. Clark on the near side gets across the timeline. Panthers lead 2-0. Shot put up. Yeah, and it's good. Drano. And so it's tied at 2. And Hurlbert now across the timeline over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck on the left wing. Back to Bates, top of the key. Over to Hurlbert. Hurlbert left wing. Now he's going to try to drive inside. Loses control of the ball at the top of the key. He has to pass it off to Weber. Weber now cross court pass to Weisenbeck. Left corner. And now to Hayden. Hayden back at center. He's going to get it over to Weisenbeck on the left wing. He's going to drive in. Gets around one defender. Puts up a shot. Whistle and a foul. Foul will be on number 15. That's going to be Remington. His first team foul. Going to the line for 2 is Weisenbeck. Take it to Sundstrom & Company, or local tax experts. Call them now. It's tax time. Give them a call at 672-4425 and schedule that appointment today. Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, or a Whirlpool appliance dealer with installation and service at Shaw's LP Gas and Appliance, downtown Durand. First free throw is good. And NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. So next free throw by Weisenbeck is good. He makes them both, and it's 4-2 Panthers. And so inbounded now to Bollinger. Bollinger now back to Lindsay. Lindsay over to Clark. Here comes the trap. Loose ball. Weber, he slid with it. Isn't that a travel? They're not going to call it that, though. And so got it to Hurlbert. Hurlbert to Hayden. Hayden back to Weber, or to Hurlbert now. Hurlbert now, he's going to try to drive in. Stops, cross-court pass, Weber, 3-ball, shot no good, rebounded by Hurlbert. Hurlbert now puts up the tough shot, and short, no good, rebounded by the Buffaloes, and that is, it's like number 20, and that was Bollinger. And so across the timeline comes Clark. Clark now tries to get it into the right corner, but throws it out of bounds. So it goes back to the Panthers. 4-2 Panthers. 15:44 remaining. And inbounded by Hurlburt, or to Hurlburt, back to Weber. And Weber now across the timeline. Weber now to Hurlburt. Hurlburt on the left wing to Bates, top of the key. Over to Weber, left wing. Weber tries to drive inside to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck does a head fake in the right corner. Cross-court pass to Hayden. Hayden left wing, 3 ball on the way. Shot no good. And tip, and rebounded by Remington. And pass now to Clark across the timeline for the Buffaloes. Panthers lead 4-2. Remington left corner. He's going to score up. 3 ball. Shot good by Remington. And it's 5-4 now. Buffaloes. As Hurlburt now will bring it up across the timeline. And Hurlburt now across the timeline. Looking for a cutter. Can't find one. He's going to try to drive inside. Whistling a foul. And the foul's going to be on Mondovi, and so going to the line for 2 is Hurlburt. Foul's going to be on, looks like Lindsay, and first free throw by Hurlburt gets the shooter's roll. Thank you to Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning with around-the-clock fitness and tanning access downtown Durand and the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency. Hometown agents representing you, not individual insurance companies. Next free throw is good. Hurlburt makes them both to make it 6-5 Panthers. And so cross-court pass now and all the way down into the corner to Bollinger. Bollinger now dishes it off to Clark. Clark puts it up and good. So now 7-6 Buffaloes. And across the timeline comes Hurlburt. Hurlburt works off the screen from Bates. Puts up a tough shot, drives the lane up and in. Wow. Hurlburt driving the lane there. And quickly back the other way to Remington. Remington puts up the shot up and in. Back and forth we go. Boy, this is going to be one of these where it'll be a up-tempo game potentially. Hurlburt across the timeline now. Over to Hayden. Hayden on the right wing. Inside to Bates. Bates can't put up the shot. And it's going to be partially blocked. Clark with that. And it'll stay Panther ball. 9-8 Buffaloes. 14 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hurlburt to inbound it to Hayden. Hayden left corner. Hayden now over to Weber. Weber back at center. Weber now. Looked like he carried it to me. Over to Hurlburt. Hurlburt now back to Weber. Weber now tries to drive inside. Has to kick it back out to Weisenbeck. Left corner. Tries to drive inside. Can't do it. Over to Weber now. Weber fake strike, goes left, drives into the lane, puts up the shot, offensive foul. So it'll go back to the Buffaloes. 9-8 Buffaloes, 13:34 remaining in the half. Inbounding it now to our left is Lindsay. And Lindsay now inbounds it to Clark. Full court Panther press. And it's going to be off of Weber's knee. And it'll stay Buffalo ball. So once again, Lindsay to inbound it to our left. Looking, inbound it to Remington. Here comes the trap. Now back to Lindsay. Lindsay across the timeline to Bollinger. Bollinger now on the right wing to Clark. Clark cross-court passed out. 3 ball on the way by Clark. It's good! 12-8 Buffaloes. And across the timeline now will come Hurlburt. Hurlburt across the timeline. Over to Weber now. Weber to Hurlburt, top of the key. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck right wing. Weisenbeck over to Hayden. Hayden now to Hurlburt. Hurlburt comes over to the top of the key now. He does a head fake, tries to drive inside. Stop, shot, good. And so now a bomb back the other way, and it's going to be blocked by Weisenbeck, but a foul. Going to the line for 2 will be Bollinger. 12-10, Buffaloes lead. Thank you to Jerry Bear and Sons, so with custom-made feed for livestock from Hubbard Feeds located by Annabis Silo. Highway 25 Durand, free throw on the way is good. Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner, and the Chenfit Smith Funeral Home serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services. Visit chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. Next free throw is good. Gets the shooter's roll. 14-10 Buffaloes, 12:30 remaining in the half. Hurlburt across the timeline now. Tries to put up a shot, whistling a foul. Foul will be on Lindsay. So Hurlburt to the line for 2. Again this weekend when NASCAR returns to WRDN. First free throw no good. We'll have the Daytona 500 Sunday afternoon at 12:30. We'll have the Xfinity Series United 300 on Saturday at 3:30 from Daytona as well. And free throw on the way is good by Hurlburt. 14-11 Buffaloes. Inbounded now to LaSalle. LaSalle now back to Bollinger. Bollinger, here comes the trap. Tries to get it to LaSalle. He can't hang on to it. Goes out of bounds. It's Panther ball. As Anderson now in for the Panthers, along with Blake Saylor. So inbounded now to Hurlburt. And Hurlburt across the timeline. Ooh, a shove there. And back to Anderson. Anderson now to Hayden. Scores up top of the key. 3-ball. Shot short, no good. And rebounded by Remington. Remington back to Clark. And Clark now across the timeline. Over to Remington. Remington on the right wing. Top of the key now. Into the corner to Bollinger. Bollinger left corner, drives left baseline, puts up a tough shot, whistling a foul. Foul will be on Saylor. And so going to the line for 2 will be Bollinger. First free throw, no good. Coming up next Wednesday on the 21st of February, we're going to have an open house at our new studios at 309 3rd Avenue West in Durand from 4 until 7. That's open to the public. Stop on by and see the new facility. See some of the behind the scenes, how we do some of the things we do. We'll have snacks and refreshments as well. It's open house at the new WRDN studios on the 21st, 4 to 7. And inbounded to Saylor. Saylor back to Hayden. Hayden squares up. 3-ball. Shot rims out. No good. Tip. Coming up with it is Remington. To Bollinger now. Bollinger across the timeline. 15-11 Buffaloes. And over to LaSalle now. LaSalle passes it inside. Shot up by Clark and good from the left baseline. 17-11 Buffaloes. 11 minutes remaining in the half. Hurlburt across the timeline now. Hurlburt in the lane, kicks it back out to Anderson. Right wing, 3-ball. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hurlburt. With the putback, shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Shot put up, whistling a foul. Foul's going to be on number 42, Deedon. And so that'll be his first. Going on the line for 2 is Hurlburt. And thank you to Bauer Bill Tire. With all your tire needs, rotations, and oil changes, Bauer Bill Tire, Prospect Street, Durand. Also the Cottage, from floral arrangements to that Valentine's Day gift for mom. You can still get it tomorrow at the Cottage, downtown Durand. First free throw is good in the JKO Auto Body Shop with car restoration and collision repair. It's the JKO Auto Body Shop, Madison Street, downtown Durand. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. Without their help, we would not be here tonight, so please thank them for their support. And Hurlburt makes them both to make it 17-13 Buffaloes now. And inbounded to Bollinger. Bollinger now back the other way quickly and out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be off of Deedon, and so it'll be Panther ball. So Weber to inbound it. This time the Buffaloes in a full court type of press. And Saylor now across the timeline. into the lane. Kicks it back out to Weber. Weber in the left corner now to Hayden on the left wing. Cross-court pass to Hurlburt. Hurlburt, top of the key, is going to try to drive inside. Whistle and a foul. Foul will be on LaSalle, and so going to the line for two once again is Hurlburt. Timeout, Mondovi. So timeout Mondovi with the Buffaloes leading 17-13, 10:25 remaining here in the first half. And thank you to Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store, Durand Fresh Market. Download the new app for even more savings. Visit freshmarketwy.com for more information. Numbers are us, your daily money managers. Rhonda is insured and bonded. You can call Rhonda for a free consultation at 672-8093 or visit her online at numbersareus.com. Also, Durand Smokehouse, where the hog sale continues until March 31st. Visit Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85 Durand, for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors as they make our broadcast possible here on WRDN. All right, so Hurlburt is going to the line for two. And first free throw on the way is good. So now 17-13 Buffaloes. And free throw on the way is good. So he makes them both. And now inbounded, LaSalle now over to Clark. Clark, cross-court passing across the timeline to Bollinger. Bollinger kicks it inside, now outside to Deaton. He'll try to drive in on the right baseline, can't do it. Now back to Bollinger, drives in, puts up a shot, no good. And rebounded by Hurlburt. And so Hurlburt now across the timeline. Kicks it into the left corner to Saylor. Saylor now has the ball stolen. Coming up with that loose ball is Bollinger. Bollinger back to Clark. And Clark now across the timeline for the Buffaloes. Over to LaSalle. LaSalle left wing. Back to Clark. Clark now on the left wing. Top of the key now to Deaton. Deaton back to Remington. Remington on the left wing. He'll score up. Three ball, a long one. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hurlburt. And Hurlburt now. Excuse me. Hurlburt across the timeline now. Over to Saylor. Saylor inside to Anderson. Anderson kicks it into the left corner. Weber. Weber. Three ball shot. No good. Rebounded by Saylor. Saylor bounce pass to Weber. Weber driving left baseline up and in. We're tied at 17. 8:57 remaining in the half. And across the timeline now to Remington. Remington inside now to Deaton. Deaton puts up the tough shot and does not get the shooter's roll. Rebounded by Hayden. Hayden to Weber. Weber across the timeline for the Panthers. Tied at 17 to Hurlburt now. Hurlburt works off the screen. Hurlburt looking for Saylor in the corner, but Saylor went farther down the baseline and out of bounds. It'll be Buffalo ball. Weisenbeck coming in now for Saylor. And so now inbounding it will be number 4, and that is LaSalle. LaSalle inbounds it to Clark. And pass tipped and intercepted. And Anderson comes up with it to Hurlburt. Hurlburt, right wing, three ball, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck, a long two, shot no good. Rebounded by Remington. Remington back to Clark. Clark back the other way. 2-on-2 break, up and in. 19-17 Buffaloes. And across the timeline now comes Hurlburt. Hurlburt over to Weber. Weber to Hayden. Hayden, top of the key. Long three ball shot, no good. And rebounded by Weisenbeck in the lane. Head fakes. Now he kicks it back out to Hurlburt. Hurlburt, he puts up a three. Whistle and a foul. And it'll be a foul for 3. Foul's going to be on number 20, and that's going to be on Bollinger. And going to the line for 3 is Hurlburt. Thank you to 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more, visit wwt.coop. First free throw is good. The Rooster Tail Grill. Visit the Rooster Tail for daily specials. Don't forget about the Friday Fish Fry, Rooster Tail Grill, downtown Durand. Today was Taco Tuesday, Wings Wednesday tomorrow at the Rooster Tail. And O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory during FFA week next week. You'll get some specials on cheese curds as well. Tied at 19 now as the second free throw is good. But you have to do that during FFA week next week at O'Galley Cheese Factory, Highway 25, Durand. Bates comes in as Hayden comes out. Free throw on the way. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Remington as we are tied at 19. 7:47 remaining. And across the timeline now comes Clark. Now back over to Bollinger. Bollinger, top of the key now. He's going to try to drive inside. Hands it off to Remington. Remington squares up, puts up a long two. Fadeaway jumper by Remington. 21-19 Buffaloes. And across the timeline now comes Hurlburt. Hurlburt now over to Weber. Weber now to Anderson. Anderson inside. Tipped and intercepted by Remington. Remington back to Clark. Clark across the timeline now. Comes down to the left corner. Tries to drive inside. Passes tipped by Weisenbeck. Intercepted by Hurlburt. Hurlburt keeps it himself. Cross-court pass to Weisenbeck. Right wing. Head fakes the three. Tries to drive inside. Nearly loses control of the ball, but kicks it back out to Anderson. Three ball on the way by Anderson. And the Panthers now lead by one. 22-21. And so inbounded to Clark. Clark now over to Bollinger. Cross-court pass now over to Remington. Remington right to wing. Drives inside. Shot short. No good. Gets his own rebound though. Tries to put up another shot. Loses the ball. Regains control. He's in trouble. Head fakes left, right. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Up and in. Wow. How he did that, I don't know. And quickly back the other way comes Weisenbeck. Over to Weber. Weber now on the right to left wing. Tries to drive inside off his... No, they're going to say it's off of Mondovi. Buffaloes lead by one, 23-22. Coach Brenner's like, really? And so Hurlburt to inbound it. Inbounds it to Weber. Weber back to Hurlburt, right corner. Inside to Bates. Bates kicks it back out to Hurlburt. Three ball on the way. Shot no good. And rebounded by the Buffaloes, and that is Clark. And across the timeline comes Clark. Clark kind of waiting here, and as they set up the offense now, cross-court pass to Bollinger on the far side. Over to Deedon on the right wing, squares up, three ball on the way, shot no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates to Hurlburt. Again, Buffaloes lead by one, 23-22. 5:34 remaining in the half. Hurlburt now at center, works off the screen from Anderson. Has to kick it over to Weisenbeck. Right corner, three ball. Shot rims out, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson to Hurlburt. Hurlburt puts up the shot, counted, and a foul. Foul will be on Bollinger. And so going to complete the three-point play is Hurlburt. Hurlburt's already got 15 in this half. Free throw on the way is no good. Tip. And it'll be a foul on the Panthers. Foul will be on Bates. 24-23 Panthers. 5:20 remaining here in the half. And inbounded to Clark. Clark to Bollinger. Bollinger the other way, puts up the shot, blocked. And it looks like it was blocked by Bates. Weber back the other way for the Panthers. To Anderson. Anderson puts it up, and it gets the shooter's roll. And quickly back the other way now come the Buffaloes. Shot put up, and no good. Rebounded by Weber. 26-23, Panthers lead, 4:47 remaining. Weber has the ball, and a foul. Foul will be on number 4. It's going to be on LaSalle. And going to the line for the 1-and-1 is Weber. Thank you to Martin Transport. Visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. It's better in blue at Martin Transport. The cell block The cell block has the soup and salad bar daily. They also have other daily specials. That's the cell block, downtown Durand. First free throw is good. Also, Ryan's Sports Shop for all of your fishing needs. Visit Ryan's Sports Shop, downtown Durand. Don't forget about the 24/7 bait and tackle center at Ryan's Sports Shop. Heike Wealth Management, 3rd Avenue West Durand, providing clarity for your financial picture to help you navigate toward a more prosperous future. Visit HeikeWealth.com for more information. Weber makes them both to make it a 5-point Panther lead now, 28-23. And not across the timeline. Now they get across the timeline as Clark. He'll score up. 3-ball. Shot's good by Clark. Inbounded to Hurlburt. 28-26 Panthers. Over to Bates now. Bates on the right wing. Now to Anderson or to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck over to Hayden. Hayden now. Back over to Hurlburt. Hurlburt tries to drive inside. Can't do it to Hayden. Hayden on the wing, back to Hurlburt, head fakes the 3. Now he'll try to drive in, puts up a shot in the lane, no good. Rebounded by Deedon. Deedon now inbounds it to Clark, or passes it off to Clark rather. And Clark across the timeline for the Buffaloes. Panthers lead by 2, 28-26. Trying to drive the lane now is Bollinger, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates to Hurlburt. Whistle and a timeout. Timeout Panthers. 3:41 remaining. 28-26 Panthers lead with 3:41 remaining. And thank you to Beeves Restaurant of Plum City. Visit Beeves in Plum City for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They have daily and weekly specials, including the Sunday buffet. They have that Valentine's Day special tomorrow as well. Visit Beeves' Facebook page for more information. And Durand Napa Farmers. Visit Durand Napa for all of your custom hoses, bulk fluids, filters, tools, and more to keep the equipment running on the farm. That's Durand Napa, Madison Street, Durand. So, inbounding it now will be Weisenbeck. Panthers lead by 2, 28-26, 3:41 remaining in the half. Hurlburt now across the timeline. Hurlburt over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck to Hurlburt, top of the key, head fakes the 3. Now over to Weber on the left baseline. Over to Hayden, whistle, jump ball. It'll go to the Buffaloes. And so inbounded now to Clark. Long cross-court pass. Remington now goes into the lane, puts up a shot, whistle and a foul on Bates. Or is it Hayden? Yep. Foul be on Hayden, I'll call it. So going to the line for 2 is Remington. Thank you to Annabis Silo, your Coyote Tractor and Toro dealer is Annabis Silo. Highway 25 Durand, free throw on the way is good. Provisions Health of Durand, healthcare your way. Find out more. Provisions.health, Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West, Durand. Next free throw on the way by Remington is good. We're tied. Tied at 28. Inbounded to Hurlburt. Hurlburt across the timeline now. Into the lane, whistle, and a foul. Foul will be on number 4, LaSalle. Going to the line for the 1-and-1 is Hurlburt. Thinking of Riverside Grill, downtown Durand. They're going to be having some Ash Wednesday fish and other dinner specials. Visit Riverside Grill tomorrow for that Ash Wednesday dinner. First free throw is good. Also, Durand Improvement Group. Durand Improvement Group needs your help for volunteers to help with events this year. Visit durandimprovementgroup.org for more information. Free throw on the way by Hurlburt is good. He makes them both. And so inbounded now to Lindsay. Long cross-court pass to Remington. Remington on the wing. Now back over to Clark. Clark, top of the key, inside to Remington. Remington puts up a shot, whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Hayden. And going to the line for 2 now is Remington. Panthers lead by 2. Free throw is good. Free throw on the way is good. So we're tied back at 30. Hurlburt across the timeline. Whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Bollinger. Nope. Going to the line for 2 is Hurlburt. Our Bowerville Panther postgame show coming up. Free throw on the way is good. I'm sorry, our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show's coming up. Got to do that first, right? Yeah, we're coming up to halftime. 31-30, Panthers lead, 2:44 remaining in the half. And free throws on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson. Everybody falls to the ground, jump ball. By the way, Hurlburt has 18 so far in this half. So Hurlburt to inbound it on the jump. Hurlburt looking, out to Weber. Weber top of the key, 3 ball. Shot rims out, no good. Rebounded by Remington. Remington to Clark. Clark across the timeline for the Buffaloes. 2:30 remaining in the half. Panthers up by 1, 31-30. Remington now looking for a cutter inside. Over to Clark. Clark now to the wing to Lindsay. Lindsay back to the top of the key to Clark. Clark comes down to the wing. Back to Bauer. Bauer to Remington. Remington looking for a cutter. No one there. And so Remington now will pass it off to the wing to Lindsay. Lindsay to Remington. Remington now to Deedon. Deedon passes it off to Bauer on the left wing. He'll try to drive inside. Gets cut off. Bounce pass to nobody, and it's going to be over and back. And so it'll go back to the Panthers. And so Weber to inbound it in front of us. Inbounds it to Hurlburt. Hurlburt back to Weber. Weber squares up. 3 ball. Shot rims out. No good. And rebounded by Bauer. Bauer to Clark. Clark across the timeline. Minute 40 remaining in the half. Panthers up by 1. 31-30. To Deedon. Deedon top of the key now to Clark. Clark left wing. Back to Bauer. Bauer now to Lindsay on the right wing. Lindsay looking for Remington inside, but he wasn't open. So we'll stay on the outside now. Back to Remington. Remington back at center. Now over to Lindsay. Lindsay to Remington. Remington looking for the cutter, but can't find it. Now he finds one in Clark. Clark in the lane, puts up the tough shot, does not get the shooter's roll. Remington crashes the glass, but it goes out of bounds. And it'll be off of him. It goes back to the Panthers. Inbounded to Hurlburt. Hurlburt now across the timeline. And over to Weber. Weber back to Hurlburt. Left wing, 3 ball. Shot's good by Hurlburt. 34-30 Panthers. 45 seconds remaining. And across the timeline is Clark. Got our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show coming up. Down to 30 seconds. I think Buffalo's going for the last shot. As Clark now will come down to the top of the key. Now passes it off to Deedon. Deedon on the left wing to Remington. Remington in the lane, puts up a tough fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded. Wow, what a crash in the glass was Deedon, up and in. And quickly back the other way. 9 seconds remaining is Hurlburt. Now the Panthers, loose ball, still a loose ball. Hurlburt on the ground. Looks for Bates. Bates to Weber. Weber puts up a shot partially blocked, and we are at halftime. With the Panthers leading 34-32. And we have our Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency and Security Financial Bank halftime show coming up. It's Durand Panther boys basketball here on WRDN. WRDN.
Time for the SFB Security Financial Bank and the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency halftime show. Brought to you by Security Financial Bank. Secure your future at Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. And by the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, your independent insurance agent, downtown Durand.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your hometown Auto Owners insurance agents working for you. The Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, downtown Durand.
ABC News, I'm Daria Albinger.
And with border security, we have said that all along.
Moments ago, the House voted to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas for his handling of U.S. border security policy. That vote 214 to 213. Mayorkas will next be tried in the Senate. House Democrats say that they are ready to approve a bill that provides emergency funding to Ukraine and Israel. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
Overwhelming majority of House Democrats are ready, willing, and able to support the national security bill right now.
But House Speaker Mike Johnson says he won't bring any bill to a vote that doesn't put border security first. The Pentagon says Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin left Walter Reed today and has resumed his full duties. The Dow fell more than 500 points today. This is ABC News.
Is switching your wireless service to Total by Verizon easy?
Totalmente.
And you get unlimited 5G data, $25 a line for 4 lines on the unlimited plan, at an amazing price with no contracts. Should you switch to Total by Verizon? Definitely.
Totalmente.
Find a store or switch suavemente at totalbyverizon.com. Monthly rate when you activate without a pay plus taxes and fees. Discount begins the month after you enroll. Additional terms apply. See website for data management practices.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
At Security Financial Bank, we understand what it takes to grow what matters. We know success doesn't happen overnight. It takes honest work, day in and day out. We value trust, leadership, and service. We are SFB, bankers who believe in your business, your family, your future. Bankers who believe in you. Learn more at sfbank.com. Member FDIC.
The Bucks shoot for their third straight win tonight when they take on the Miami Heat at Pfizer Forum. I'm Bill Scott with sports. Bucks earned a season series split with Denver, beating the Nuggets 112-95. Doc Rivers' Bucks have now held back-to-back opponents under 100 points.
Just steady progress, believing in your D, trusting it, clarifying it. 5-6 games ago, Don Shula, if you ever read his book, if you have time, it's a good book. But he always talked about the fastest player is the one that doesn't have to think. And the more we can get our guys to know exactly what we're doing, they can play at full speed. And that's what we're trying to do, simplify so we can play with fire.
Fourth-ranked Marquette on the road tonight in the Big East. They'll take on the Butler Bulldogs. Butler beat the Golden Eagles back in Milwaukee in January. 20th-ranked Badgers are back home tonight as well. They'll try to end a 4-game losing streak and taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes at the Kohl Center, an 8 o'clock tip on Peacock. Red-hot Milwaukee Admirals at home against the Chicago Wolves tonight. Bill Scott, Wisconsin Radio Network.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Your hometown auto owner's insurance agents working for you. The Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency, downtown Durand.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
And the wait is over. The green flag is in the air.
Returns to the World Center of Racing.
Joey, look out. Oh, they're in the wall. A.J. Allmendinger is in the fence. The entire pack blows up.
For the 66th running of the Great American Race.
We're hearing that it is official. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has won the Daytona 500.
It's the Daytona 500.
Coverage begins Sunday at 12:30 here on WRDN.
Busch gunning for glory at Daytona. I'm Susie Armstrong. The story next on NASCAR Today.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs. Lend a hand in the strong and capable Silverado. Or mix it up in a high-tech Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Find family, friends, and fun in the Chevy that's right for you. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Kyle Busch has won just about every NASCAR Cup Series accolade there is, except for one glaring omission, the Daytona 500. In what will be his 19th attempt this Sunday, the Richard Childress Racing driver certainly wants to change that stat and take home the prestigious Harley J. Earl Trophy.
I would say as my years growing up as a kid, it was obviously always high. It was probably always a top 3 thing, but I think a championship is greater than the 500, so fortunately I've been able to get 2 of those. But now that I've got about everything else, the Daytona 500 is number 1 on that list. Hopefully I can go out there and get it. It's a tough one to win. It's a tough race to get. The competition being so tough and so tight, everybody's got a chance there.
I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
At Security Financial Bank, we understand what it takes to grow what matters. We know success doesn't happen overnight. It takes honest work, day in and day out. We value trust, leadership, and service. We are SFB, bankers who believe in your business, your family, your future. Bankers who believe in you. Learn more at sfbank.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Durand-Arkansaw High School. Halftime 34-32, Panthers leading. Durand Fresh Market scoreboard from earlier tonight in the JV game. The Panthers won that game 52-31. Other games tonight, Elmwood Plum City is at Colfax in boys hoops. Pullman at Menominee in boys basketball. Elkmount at Spring Valley. These are all boys games as well. Goodhue at Hayfield tonight. Also Ellsworth at Prescott in girls basketball. Glenwood City at Boyceville in boys hoops. Those are just a few of the games we're following on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. You can follow the Durand Fresh Market on the sports page of our website at realcountry1430.com. We have second half action coming up next. It's Durand-Arkansaw boys basketball here on WRDN, Durand, Mondovi, Wabasha, and 107.3 FM translator W297CH Durand.
The real deals come from Durand Fresh Market, and they can be found online. Download the Fresh Market Rewards app and sign up to have weekly deal alerts sent right to your phone. Find digital coupons and specials and earn reward points every time you shop at Durand Fresh Market. It's easy to use the app. Just add coupons and scan the app at the checkout. It's that easy. Visit the website at shopfreshmarkets.com for the latest weekly ad, extra national coupons, or to make product suggestions. Your hometown grocery store is Durand Fresh Market, downtown Durand, and online at shopfreshmarkets.com.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer Built on service.
Welcome back to Durand-Arkansaw High School as we have the second half. And again, Panthers leading by 2, 34-32. All right, so almost ready to go. Oh, we have a spilled water. That's what's the delay. Okay, spilled water and spilled. Okay, that's across the way there. All right. Although the referees told the little guys they're going, don't be spilling stuff anymore. All right, we're ready to go, and Mondovi will get the ball to start. They will be going from right to left. The Panthers left to right. Inbounding it will be Lindsay, and he'll inbound it to Clark. We are underway. And so Clark across the timeline now, over inside to Deaton. Deaton now gets it inside to Remington, puts up a shot. No good, rebounded by Hayden. Hayden back to Weber. And Weber now will come across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Hayden. Hayden right wing. Hayden now to Hurlburt. Hurlburt puts up the shot. Does not get the shooter's roll. Tip. Coming up with it is Remington. And he'll hand it off to Clark, who will bring it up across the timeline for the Buffaloes. He'll try to drive inside now. Dishes it off to Lindsay. Lindsay, 3-ball. Shot rims out. No good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates to Hurlburt. Again, Panthers up by 2, 34-32. Hurlburt now over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck left to the baseline, drives inside. Oh, he dribbled out of bounds. Buffalo ball. And so inbounded now to Clark. Full court Panther press back to Lindsay. It's like a 2-2-1 press here. Clark now across the timeline to Deaton. Deaton out to the left wing. Back to Lindsay now. Or check that was Clark. Clark over to Remington. Remington into the lane, kicks it back out to Lindsay. Lindsay over to Bollinger. Bollinger now on the wing. Now inside to Deaton. He'll put up the shot in the lane. Oh, it gets the shooter's roll up and in. We're tied at 34. Over to Hurlburt now. Hurlburt across the timeline trying to work off the screen from Hayden. To the top of the key now to Weisenbeck, left wing. He'll try to drive inside, can't do it. Weisenbeck now. Back to Hurlburt on the far side. To Weisenbeck, left corner. Weisenbeck comes back out to the wing now to Hayden. Hayden back towards center. Over to Weber now. Weber top of the key to Bates, right wing. Bates to Hurlburt, right corner. Hurlburt now comes back out to the wing. Hurlburt tries to work off the screen. Now has to retreat back out over to Hayden. Hayden top of the key. Inside to Bates. Bates up and it over rims out. And Remington comes up with it. And over to Clark. Clark across the timeline now. Over to Remington. Remington at the top of the key. Remington scores up. 3-ball. Shot rims out. No good. And rebounded by Hurlburt. Again tied at 34. And over to Hurlburt. Drives in. Partially blocked. Tip. Coming up with it is Clark. Clark on the far side. Down to the wing now. And Clark's hop, skip, stop, shot, no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates to Hurlburt. Approaching the 15-minute mark. Still tied at 34. And Hurlburt across the timeline. Over to Weisenbeck, right corner. Comes over to the wing. Spin move. Loses the ball. And it'll be off of Remington. And it'll stay. Panther ball. And so now Hurlburt to inbound it. Hurlburt inbounds it to Weisenbeck. Puts up the shot. Whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Clark, his first. So going to the line for two is Weisenbeck. First free throw on the way is no good. Thank you to the Goodrich Funeral Home, your authorized location for monuments from Lifetime Memorials. Call the Goodrich Funeral Home of Durand for more information. Alcivia Co-op. Find out about the Cenex Total Protection Plan Warranty for your farm equipment from Alcivia Co-op. Next free throw on the way is good. 1 point, Panther lead, 35-34. To Remington across the timeline now for the Buffaloes. And over to Bollinger. Bollinger now back to Deedon. Deedon on the right wing. Deedon now over to Remington. Remington right corner. Remington looking for a cutter. Cross-court pass now to Lindsay. Lindsay on the left wing. Inside to Deedon. Deedon in the lane. Head fake. Partially blocked by Bates. To Hayden. To Weber. Weber back the other way. And now to Hayden. Panthers up by 1. 35-34. Over to Weber. Weber top of the key now. To Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck on the right wing. Back to Bates, top of the key. Over to Hayden. Hayden inside, can't hang on to it. Hurlburt can't hang on to it. Coming up with a loose ball is Clark. Clark to Deedon. Deedon across the timeline now to the top of the key. Back over to Clark now. And Clark now will pass it off to Bollinger. Bollinger, again, Panthers in a 2-3 zone it looks like. And Bollinger tries to drive inside. Has to dish it back out now to Clark. Down to the top of the key. 3-ball. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Tip. And no shot. Foul on Remington. And so we'll go back to the Panthers. (35-34), Panthers lead, 13:30 left in the game. As Weber now will bring it up across the timeline for the Panthers. Over to Hayden on the right wing. Now back to Weber to Hayden. Hayden inside to Hurlburt. Hurlburt gets cut off. Tries to, whistle and a travel. And so Lindsay to inbound it. Inbounds it to Clark. And over to Remington now. Remington across the timeline. Back over to Clark. Clark stop, shot, rims out, no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates to Weisenbeck. 2-on-1 break. Weisenbeck splits the defenders up and in. 37-34 now, Panthers. Across the timeline now to Deedon. Deedon on the left wing now. Over to Clark. And Clark will come back out towards center. Clark now to Lindsay, where he's got the whistle and a jump ball. So the trap forces the jump, and it'll be Panther ball. And so inbounded now to Weber. And Weber across the timeline. Weber over to Hayden. Hayden now to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck top of the key. Back over to Hurlburt. Hurlburt now retreats back on the far side, more towards center. Comes down to the top of the key, fakes right, goes left, spin move into the lane, stop, head fake, shot, and no good. Tip, coming up with it is Weber. Weber back to Hayden. Hayden now inside to Bates, Bates up and in. And so inbounded to Lindsay. Lindsay now to Clark. Clark across the timeline to Remington, 39-34 Panthers. Remington drives inside under, lays it, whistle and a foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul will be on Bates. First free throw on the way is good. Thank you to Security Financial Bank. Next week they'll be having their agriculture conference at Florian Gardens in Eau Claire. That'll be on February 22nd. Visit Security Financial Bank's website for more information on that. Also, Advent Health of Durand Healthcare, close to home right here in Durand. Find out more at adventhealth.com. And Remington makes them both. And Saylor and Anderson come in. Weisenbeck and Hayden come out. 39-36 Panthers. 11:48 remaining. Saylor to inbound it to Weber. And across the timeline now is Weber. Weber now over to Anderson, inside to Bates. Bates kicks it back outside to Anderson, left wing. 3-ball shot, no good. Tip, and rebounded by Hurlburt. Hurlburt puts it up and in. Hurlburt has 24 on, or check that, 23 on the night. Over to Remington now. Remington into the lane, puts up the shot, no good. And Hurlburt comes up with the loose ball. Dishes it off to Bates, intercepted. Intercepted by LaSalle. To Remington, up and in. 41-38 now, Panthers. Clark across the timeline. Over to Anderson now. Anderson kicks it back to Bates in the left corner. To Anderson on the left wing. Cross-court pass to Weber on the right wing. Weber now comes back out towards center. Now back to Anderson on the right wing. Anderson looking for a cutter, no one there. Weber top of the key. Back to Saylor, bounce pass inside to Bates, loses the ball. Wow, theft. LaSalle with the steal, and he gets it over to Remington. Remington across the timeline for the Buffaloes. Over to Clark now. Clark to Deedon. Deedon hands it off to LaSalle on the left wing. Back to Deedon to LaSalle. Now inside to Remington, knocked away by Bates. And it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Buffalo ball. 41-38 Panthers. 10-12 remaining in the game. Inbounding it to our left is Clark. Clark looking, now inbounds it to LaSalle. So LaSalle left corner. Out to Bollinger. Cross-court pass now to Deedon. Deedon on the right wing. Deedon looking for a cutter, no one there. Now to LaSalle, top of the key. Over to Bollinger. Bollinger left wing, tries to drive inside. Can't do it, whistling a foul. Foul will be on Saylor. Hayden coming in now for Bates. And inbounding it on the far side will be LaSalle. Inbounds it now to Clark. Clark over onto the right wing now to LaSalle. Also on the right wing, back to Bollinger. Bollinger bounce pass inside to Remington. Remington puts up a tough shot. No, and he gets the shooter's roll. Looked like it was going to rim out. Remington has 19 so far on the night for the Buffaloes. 41-40 Panthers. Whistle and a foul. Weber was driving into the lane. Foul will be on number 4, and that's going to be on LaSalle, his 4th. So inbounding it to our right will be Hurlburt. And so Hurlburt looking, still looking, gets it to Saylor. Saylor left wing. Saylor now back to Weber. Weber to Hurlburt. Hurlburt now fakes the 3. Oh, loses the ball and Coming up with it is number 20. He falls down. Bollinger whistling a travel. And so now Hurlburt to inbound it. Inbounds it to Weber. Weber across the timeline. Weber over to Hayden. Hayden now on the right wing. Hayden now back to Anderson. Panthers up by 1, 41-40. 9 minutes remaining in the game to Weber. Weber into the lane. Hop, stop, shot, foul. To the line for 2. Foul will be on number 20, and that's going to be on Bollinger, his 4th. So a little foul trouble now for the Buffaloes. Thank you to Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. It's tax time. Call Sundstrom at 672-4425 to schedule that appointment today. First free throw good. Charles LP Gas and Appliance, your Whirlpool appliance dealer with installation and service, downtown Durand. Prime Realty of Durand, visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Prime Realty, they are the area's #1 home seller. Weber makes them both to make it a 3-point Panther lead. Right, to Remington. Remington now over to Deedon. Deedon on the left wing. And Deedon nearly loses the ball. Whistle jump. Oh, foul. Not a jump. Foul will be on Max Anderson. Okay. So inbounding it here now will be Lindsay. Inbounds it now to Deedon. Deedon back to Lindsay. Keegan Cat is in now for the Buffaloes as well, number 3. As Lindsay now left wing inside to Remington. Remington tries to get around one defender, kicks it back out to Cat. Now 3 ball on the way. Shot's good by Landon Clark with a 3, and we are tied at 43. Excuse me. Tied at 43 now, and over to Saylor whistling a foul. Foul will be now on Cat. And so Hurlburt now to inbound it to our right. Again, tied at 43, 8:18 remaining in the game. Inbounded to Anderson, 10-foot shot, no good. Rebounded by Lindsay. Lindsay back to Clark. And across the timeline comes Clark. Clark now over to Deedon. Deedon top of the key now, back to Remington. Remington back towards center, over to Cat. Cat right wing. Over to Deedon. Deedon now over to Lindsay. Lindsay bounce pass to Remington at the free throw line. Inside pass to Deedon. Deedon up and in. He got behind the defense, and he was wide open right at the post. And the Buffaloes now lead by 2. Hurlburt across the timeline for the Panthers. Back to Saylor. Saylor now over to Hayden. Hayden 3-ball. Shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Cat. Cat to Clark. And Clark across the timeline for the Buffaloes. Over to Cat to Clark. Clark now to Lindsay in the right corner now to Remington. Remington now will drive inside. Nope, dishes it back over to Clark. Puts up a shot. No, is good. And quickly back the other way come the Panthers. Whistle, timeout, Durand-Arkansaw. With Mondovi leading by 4 now, 43-47, 6:47 remaining in the game. Thank you to Adams Super Service downtown Durand with complete auto service and offering shuttle service and loaner vehicles while they fix your vehicle. They're a Napa Gold Certified Car Care Center downtown Durand. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider Durand. Endless Summer Fitness and Tanning with around-the-clock fitness and tanning access Durand, and the Jerry Thompson Insurance Agency downtown Durand. Hometown agents representing you, not individual insurance companies. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts here on WRDN. Without their support, we would not be here tonight. So please thank them for their support. All right. So the Buffaloes up by 4 with 6:47 remaining. And Weisenbeck to inbound it here to our right. Inbounded now to Weber. Weber over to Hurlburt. Hurlburt top of the key. Hurlburt whistle, offensive foul on Hurlburt. Hurlburt comes up limping, but he says he's okay. And so to inbound it now will be Lindsay. Lindsay inbounds it to Clark. Clark over to Remington. Remington on the far side across the timeline. Here comes the trap. Back over to Clark. Clark down. Over to the left wing. And whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Weber. And so inbounding it to our left will be Lindsay. And inbounded to Clark. 3-ball on the way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates back to Weber. Weber across the timeline. Buffalo's up by 4. Weber now over to Weisenbeck, right corner. Weisenbeck to Weber. Weber to Hayden. Hayden on the left wing to Bates now in the left corner. Back to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck now works up the screen. Out to Bates. Bates now over to Weber. Weber top of the key. Tries to drive inside. Will puts up the shot. Count it in the foul. Foul will be on number 42. Will be on Deedon. That's his second. Going to the line to complete the three-point play is Luke Weber. Thank you to Jerry Bear & Sons with custom-made feed for livestock from Hubbard Feeds. Jerry Bear & Sons, located next to Annabis Silo, Highway 25 Durand. Completes the three-point play, 47-46 now. Buffaloes to Deedon. Deedon not across the timeline, now across the timeline. Here comes the trap, and it's going to be cross-court pass, goes out of bounds. Panther ball. And so Weisenbeck to inbound it on the far side. Buffalo's up by 1. 47-46, 5:44 remaining. As Hurlburt now across the timeline for the Panthers. Hurlburt now over to Weber. Weber on the left wing, fakes left, goes right, then has to back up. Now to Hurlburt. Hurlburt left wing, tries to drive inside, can't do it. Now over to Hayden. Hayden, right or left wing rather, now to cross-court pass to Weber. Weber will go to the left into the lane, gets gummed up there, has to retreat back now over to Weisenbeck, top of the key to Hayden. Hayden now back towards center. Hayden to Hurlburt on the left wing. Squares up, 3-ball on the way short. Weber, though, it manages to throw it off of Clark, and it goes out of bounds. And so it's Panther ball. And Hurlburt to inbound it. Inbounds it to Weber. Weber puts up the shot off the glass, up and in. And the Panthers up by 1. Clark back the other way now for the Buffaloes. 48-47 Panthers. 4:54 remaining. Clark drives inside, puts up the shot, no good. Loose ball coming up with a rebound of the Buffaloes. That is a shot put up by Bollinger, no good. And then another rebound, a whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Weisenbeck. And Deedon to the line for 2. Thank you to Riverland Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner, the Chenfit Smith Funeral Home serving the Mondovi area. Find out about pre-planning funeral services. Visit chenfit-smithfuneralhome.com. Free throw on the way, no good. Also, Bauer Built Tire with 80 years of experience. Bauer Built Tire can take care of your automotive needs. Give them a call for an appointment, 672-8300, or visit them online at bauerbuilt.com. Next free throw on the way is good. We're tied. Tied at 48. And Hurlburt across the timeline. 4:39 remaining in the game. Over to Weisenbeck now. Weisenbeck will try to drive in, splits two defenders, puts up a shot, short, no good. Loose ball coming up with it is Hayden. Hayden left baseline. He'll drive in, puts up a shot, no good. Tip. Coming up with it is Remington. Whistle, foul on Hayden. And we'll go shoot free throws now. Bonus the rest of the way for the Buffaloes. That's Hayden's third. Thank you to the Cottage, from floral arrangements to Valentine's Day gifts for mom. You can still get them tomorrow at the Cottage. Downtown Durand. Free throw on the way is no good. Rebounded by Hayden. Back to Hurlburt, tied at 48. And across the timeline now, over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck to Hayden. Hayden top of the key. Alley-oop inside to Bates. Bates has to kick it back out to Hurlburt on the right wing. Drives inside. Trying to finally gets it back inside to Bates. Overlays it. No good. Rebounded by Clark. And so now Clark will bring it back the other way. Tied at 48. What a game this evening between these two teams. Inside to Remington. Remington left baseline. I thought he stepped out of bounds. Guess not. And back out to Lindsay. Lindsay, pass intercepted. Intercepted by Hurlburt. To Weber. Weber up. Whistle, foul. Foul will be on Deedon. And so going to the line for two now is Weber. Thank you to the JKO Auto Body Shop with car restoration and collision repair. It's the JKO Auto Body Shop, Madison Street, downtown Durand. First free throw is good. Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. Durand Fresh Market. Download the new app for even more savings. Visit freshmarketwy.com for more information. Panthers up by 1 now. Free throw on the way is good. Panthers up by 2. 50-48. 3:36 remaining. Full court Panther press. 2-2-1 press. As Clark now comes across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Lindsay. Back to Clark. Clark at center now. Over to Deedon on the right wing. Deedon now to Lindsay in the right corner. Back to Deedon. Deedon right wing. Out to Clark. Clark back at center now to Lindsay. Lindsay to Deedon. Deedon at right wing. Passes tipped inside, but Remington still comes up with it. He'll put up the shot. Oh, man! Austin Remington, wow! Right between two defenders. He puts up the shot, and we're tied at 50. Over to Weisenbeck now. Weisenbeck on the right wing. Out to Weber now. Weber top of the key. 3-ball shot. Oh, no good. Rebounded by Hurlburt. He puts up the shot. Up and in. Ethan Hurlburt's had 25 on the night for the Panthers. 52-50 Panthers. Across the timeline comes Clark now. Approaching the 2:30 mark. Over to Lindsay. Lindsay back to Remington. Thought about the three and I just said, yeah, maybe not. Remington now. Looking for a cutter. He's going to work off a screen, but couldn't take the shot. Now inside to Deedon. Deedon into the lane. In front of Bates. Blocked. Bates blocks it. Over to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck across the timeline. Splits two defenders. Offensive foul. And so an offensive foul on Weisenbeck. And so we'll go back to the Buffaloes. 52-50. Panthers lead. 2:10 left in the game. Full court Panther press this time. And so inbounded to Clark. Clark now. Will come up across the timeline. Panthers retreat. And over to Deedon on the left wing now. Over to Bollinger. Bollinger on the left wing to Remington. Remington looking for a cutter inside. No one there, though. Remington will just take his time. Down to a minute 48. Panthers up by 2. Remington now fakes right, goes left, drives in, goes around Bates. Oh, wow, knocked out blocked by Bates with no foul. It'll stay Buffalo ball. And so inbounding it to our left will be Clark. 52-50, Panthers lead. Minute 38 remaining in the game. And Clark to inbound it. Clark inbounds it to Deeden. Oh, Deeden off his foot, though, but coming up with it is Bollinger. Bollinger to Remington. Remington now. Bounce pass over to Deeden on the right wing. Deeden now. Bounce pass inside to Remington. Remington inside to Bollinger. Whistle and a foul as he drove the left baseline. Foul will be on Weisenbeck. Going to the line for two now is Bollinger. Minute 21 remaining. And whistle and a timeout. So timeout. Thank you to Numbers R Us, your daily money managers. Rhonda is bonded and insured. Call Rhonda for a free consultation at 672-8093. You can visit her online at numbersrus.com. Durand Smokehouse, Highway 85 Durand, with a hog sale going on till March 31st, 24/7, and West Wisconsin Telcom. Building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. The Rooster Tail Grill. Tomorrow's Wings Wednesday at the Rooster Tail Grill. Find out more. Don't forget about the Friday fish fry as well at the Rooster Tail Grill, downtown Durand. O'Galley Cheese Factory next week during FFA week. O'Galley Cheese Factory will have some cheese specials all during FFA week. Visit O'Galley Cheese Factory, Highway 25 Durand for more information. At Martin Transport, visit martin.com for the latest job opportunities. It's better in blue at Martin Transport. All right, we still have 2 free throws to get to. And so this is Bollinger. First free throw on the way is good. 1 point Panther lead. Free throw on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Bates. Panthers still lead by 1. 52-51. Minute 15 remaining in the game. Over to Hurlburt now. Hurlburt to Weisenbeck. Weisenbeck back over to Hayden. Hayden to Hurlburt. Hurlburt. He'll drive in from the right wing. Gets cut off. Kicks it back out to Bates. Bates over to Weber. Weber back at center. Whistling a foul. Foul will be on Bollinger. He'll foul out. And so going to the line will be Weber. Thank you to the Salad Block with the Soup and Salad Bar weekdays. They also have the Fish Fry Fridays as well. That's the Cell Block downtown Durand. Ryan Sports Shop Durand. And get another timeout as well. Timeout Mondovi. Ryan Sports Shop for all of your outdoor needs and all your fishing supplies. It's Ryan Sports Shop downtown Durand. Don't forget about the 24/7 Bait and Tackle Center at Ryan Sports Shop. Heike Wealth Management, 3rd Avenue West in Durand, providing clarity for your financial picture and helping you navigate toward a more prosperous future. Visit HeikeWealth.com for more information. Beeves Restaurant, Plum City. Visit Beeves in Plum City for breakfast, lunch, dinner. They'll have Valentine's Day dinner specials tomorrow. Visit Beeves' Facebook page for daily and new specials. Durand Napa. Farmers visit Durand Napa for custom hoses, bulk fluids, filters, tools, and all the parts you need to keep the equipment running on the farm. Spring planting just around the corner. Get Napa know-how from Durand Napa, downtown Durand. Annabis Silo, your Coyote Tractor and Toro dealer, is Annabis Silo, Highway 25, Durand. All right, we have some free throws yet to go through. Panthers are up by 1. This will be a 1-and-1. 49 seconds remaining, 52-51 Panthers. Been a heck of a game tonight. All right, here we go. Free throw on the way is good. So Panthers now up by 2. And free throw on the way is good. Panthers up by 3. So inbounded now to Clark. Across the timeline comes Clark. Clark gets it over to Remington. 3-ball shot, no good. Rebounded by Weber. Foul on Weber. He'll go to the line. Fouls on number 42, Deeden. And so now Weber to the line for the 1-and-1. Free throw on the way is good. Some timely free throws by Luke Weber, helping the Panthers pull away, now up by 4. And free throw on the way is good. He makes them both. So inbounded to Clark now. Panthers up by 5, 33 seconds remaining. Clark now back across the timeline. Kicks it back out to Deedon. Deedon over to number 4. 3-ball shot put up, no good. Whistling a foul. Shot put up by LaSalle, but foul's going to be number 42. That's going to be on Deedon. That'll be his 5th. And so he'll foul out. So going to the line for 2 now. Double bonus will be Hurlburt. Thank you to Provisions Health, 3rd Avenue West Durand. Healthcare your way. Find out more at provisions.health. Riverside Grill. Visit Riverside Grill tomorrow. Free throw's good. Visit Riverside Grill tomorrow for their Ash Wednesday fish dinner specials. That's Riverside Grill, downtown Durand. Free throw on the way. No good. 26 for Hurlburt tonight. Back the other way now comes Remington. Puts up the shot and counted in the foul with 16 seconds remaining. Foul will be on Weisenbeck. And that's his 5th, so he's out. And so Remington to complete the 3-point play to make it 57-54 with 16 seconds remaining. Anderson comes in now for Weisenbeck. Remington's shot is good. Whistling a timeout, Mondovi with 16 seconds remaining. So Panthers leading by 3, 57-54. Thank you to Durand Improvement Group. Durand Improvement Group could use your help with, we need volunteers for events throughout the year. Find out more and to become a member of the Durand Improvement Group, visit durandimprovementgroup.org. Coming up, our Bowerville Panther postgame show. Hope to talk with Coach Radetsky. Also, we'll have a chance to we'll run down scoring. We'll also preview our next broadcast as well. It's coming up during our Bowerville Panther postgame show. So a heck of a game tonight between Durand-Arkansaw and Mondovi. Panthers have the ball, 16 seconds remaining and the lead, 57-54. Hurlburt to inbound it to our left. Hurlburt looking, inbounds it to Hayden, and he'll be fouled immediately by LaSalle. And he's fouled out. Free throw on the way is good. Gets the shooter's roll. That's the first points of the night for Hayden. Makes it 58-54 now. Panthers lead. Free throw on the way is good. So Panthers back up by 5 with 12 seconds remaining. Back the other way. Clark puts up the shot, blocked by Hurlburt. Over to Hayden. Hayden to Weber. Weber now. 5 seconds remaining. Whistling a foul. And a foul will be on Cat, and Weber to the line for 2. With 4 seconds remaining. Well, looks like the Panthers will win this game tonight. A hard-fought game, though. And so Weber to the line for two is good. Weber had some big free throws tonight as well for the Panthers. He's had 18. And it's good. 19 for Weber on the night. And inbounded now to Clark. Clark back the other way, puts up the three, is no good. And the Panthers win tonight by a score of 61-54 over Mondovi. And coming up, we'll have our Bauer-Built Panther post-game show being brought to you by Bauer-Built Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand-Arkansaw boys basketball here on WRDN.
Thank you for listening to tonight's Durand Panther Sports broadcast on WRDN. Time now for the Bauer-Built Panther post-game show, brought to you by Bauer-Built Tire and Service, with locations in Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer-Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer-Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer-Built, built on service.
Welcome back to Durand-Arkansaw High School, where tonight Durand-Arkansaw wins at 61-54 over Mondovi. For the Panthers, Billy Weisenbeck had 5. Luke Weber had 19. Grady Hayden had 2. Ethan Hurlbert had 26. Dane Bates had 4. And Max Anderson had 5. With the win, the Panthers now are 11-1 in the Dunn St. Croix, 18-4 overall. Meanwhile, for Mondovi, Landon Clark had 19. Austin Remington had 21. Bryce Bollinger had 4. Caden Deedon had 7. With the loss, the Buffaloes fall to 1-11 in the conference and 2-19 overall. But that was one heck of a game by the Buffaloes. We were tied with under 2 minutes remaining in the game tonight. So a heck of a game by the Buffaloes tonight. And coming up on our Bauer-Built Panther post-game show, we're going to see if we have some scores coming in on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard. And hope to talk with Coach Radetzky as well here in just a couple minutes. And we'll also preview our next broadcast as well. That's all coming up on the Bauer-Built Panther post-game show, being brought to you by Bauer-Built Tire and Service, Durand and Mall Drive, Eau Claire. It's Durand-Arkansaw boys basketball on WRDN.
When your reputation is on the line, go to the Midwest leader, Bauer-Built Tire and Service, for all your tire and service repair needs. They've been supplying cars, SUVs, light and medium truck tires, as well as farm tires since 1944. Plus, they've built their reputation on services such as alignments, brakes, and suspension work that will exceed your expectations. Stop in today at Bauer-Built Tire and Service on Mall Drive in Eau Claire and in Durand. Bauer-Built, built on service.
Welcome back to Durand-Arkansaw High School, where tonight the Panthers win it 61-54 over Mondovi in boys basketball. Earlier tonight on our Durand Fresh Market scoreboard in the JV game, Panthers won that game 52-31. Other scores that we are following on the Durand Fresh Market scoreboard, Durand Fresh Market, your hometown grocery store. Stanley is at Red Wing tonight, that in boys hockey. Also, Elmwood Plum City at Colfax in boys hoops. Holman at Menominee in boys basketball. Here comes Coach Radetzky as well. Elk Mound is at Spring Valley in boys basketball tonight. Goodhue is at Rochester Lords as well. So we're going to talk with Coach Radetzky right now, and as he comes comes up. And, well, Coach, wow. Remington has 24 on the night. Clark, I think, had, 19 on the night. That's a pretty physical game.
Yeah, it was. I was really impressed. Clark, I don't know if he missed for a good stretch of that game. He made some tough shots, got a lot of nice, knocked some threes down, which were all net. And then Remington's just a beast inside. He's just a tough guy to not only you shut him down on one, he dishes it off, they throw up a brick, and he gets the offensive rebound put back because he's just a beast underneath. I was kind of disappointed in our guys' first half. They didn't rebound very well, where they got some of them second or third opportunities. But, we fired too many threes first half. Things weren't falling for us, and it was like, come on, we got to start getting some stuff going inside. I thought Ethan Hurlbert did a good job of finishing off two inside or going up off two. He's attacking the hoop and got them in foul trouble first half. But, I tip my hat to my guys on, not falling apart there. 4 minutes left. I think we're down 5, and they took care of business and kind of stretched out, got it to where we needed to. And then Luke Weber at the line there kind of sealed it up, and Grady Hayden knocking those down. It was nice to see him be able to finish it out at the free throw line and knock those down.
And again, I saw it on the players. I saw it on both coaches. I heard it even a little bit with the crowd. The refs were calling a pretty tight game both ways. It was a very tightly called game, and that's the responsibility of the players then to try to adjust.
It is, and I thought we did all right. We weren't in too bad of foul trouble, so it allowed us to be able to help inside with some of our bigs on Remington, but still puts up 24 on the night.
Yeah.
And our focus was him, right? So that's just hats off to him on how hard he works.
Defensively, they clogged up the lane.
Yeah, they did, and then you saw it early on when our threes weren't going. That just allowed them to clog it up even more. Anytime we tried getting some high-low stuff to our bigs, they had a guy sitting right behind one of ours. We'd kick it over, we'd shoot the open three, but they weren't falling, so it was kind of tough. I would like to see us penetrate more off that, shot fake drive, then dish off to our big inside, or put a shot up that our big could get the rebound on. But it's going to be that kind of battle going against Mondovi. Throw records out the window.
Yep.
When you're battling, that's great. We show that we can gut one out here. That just hopefully leads into some playoff stuff where we can get after those close ones.
It was a fun game tonight, Coach. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, Durand-Arkansaw Coach Justin Radetsky again. Panthers winning it tonight 61-54. And our next broadcast as well is coming up on Thursday, as we will be heading to we'll be heading to Boyceville, that's right, as the girls will be taking on the Bulldogs, and we'll have that game for you on Thursday night with the Advent Health Panther preview coming up at 7 and tip-off at 7:15 on Thursday night. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Get a fun game. Panthers win it by a score of 61-54. You've been listening to Durand-Arkansaw Boys High School basketball here on Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnikins. Have a great evening.